Walk. That's all we can do. Move forward through the depths and be that divine protector that we can rely on. You cannot die here. What's up guys, LunarKaiser here, and today I've got a crazy character build that might have the most insane setup that I've ever made. If you know me, you know I break my limits to bring light into the world of Deepwoken character customization. For a while now, I've been pushing out content with inspired builds from all sorts of different anime, but there's one in particular that I've always been kind of obsessed with. In the early days of my old Deepwoken builds, I did my best to rekindle that undying flame within the series Fire Force. Both heroes and villains, I want to recreate all of them, and now it's time for my magnum opus. A divine protector, the guardian of the second pillar, Haumaya herself, the uncracking, undying, the molten man, Charon the Bastion. This passionate and protective antagonist left a lasting impact on the entire world of Fire Force and the fanbase itself. With his flashy and flamboyant displays of pure willpower, no attack can truly pierce this veil of Charon's protective pyrokinesis. Incoming transmission, it's time for a word from our holy excellence, Excalibur the Great Old One. I'm not too sure what he's doing, but I'm here to represent. So if you want to pitch in to help keep my flame burning as I push out content that you want to see, make sure to lend me your energy through pyrokinesis. Seriously though, I do appreciate the support, so your likes and subscriptions really help me out. Again, a special thanks from Excalibur as well, and he says enjoy. In game, you know I had to recreate Charon, the passionate heart of the white-clad army, as he represents the strength of perseverance. You can choose to recreate Charon as any race due to the huge impact of the drip update, but my character precedes all of that. I wanted to work with Grimoire for the most accurate depiction of this character, and I did my best to meet his appearance. Our outfit was inspired by Charon's simplistic white-clad martial arts gi, finalized by his iconic blindfold. He isn't trying to be Gojo, Charon doesn't even need eyesight to keep his fighting flames alive. Again, you'll burn your eyes if you stare at the sun. Moving on, you'll notice my weapon of choice was a pair of blazing iron cestus. Charon's unique pyrokinetic ability as a second generation allows him to absorb kinetic impact and release it through an explosion. Any action he takes flourishes with the latent potential energy stored within, released in an explosive eruption of fire. There's absolutely no need for weapon investment if every single blow landed cracks the earth itself. Alongside our blazing strikes, the second generation serpent path turned any type of fire into a marvelous magma blast that exudes our pyrokinetic passion. To protect those you love, you must become an unmoving anchor that they can rely on. Our stats purely reflect Charon's unrivaled display of fortitude, willpower, and his undying flame within. It's about time to investigate what makes Charon's abilities truly unique. Let's begin. Charon is a second generation pyrokinetic. This means he doesn't create his own flames, but he can control and harness the firepower of pre-existing flames shown during his fights. He absorbs and stores incoming flame techniques as well as regular punches, converting them into thermal energy, resulting in the creation of huge explosions when he attacks. Charon must first tank that attack, and after, it's time to explode. It's absolutely ridiculous how much resistance Charon has because he absorbs nuclear level blasts without even flinching. That's exactly what it takes to become a protector and a reflector. To harness Charon's unfaltering defense, we picked up Brick Wall to ignore all knockbacks entirely. No matter what's thrown our way, we keep on walking, immune to any obstacle that wants to knock us down. Furthermore, as the fight continues, we release an explosion through every single attack with the empowered explosions from our serpent path. With the entirety of this talent tree, the battlefield becomes a canvas for us to paint, releasing all energy with our pyrokinesis. Charon is absolutely iconic. There's no way that you can really deny that. A famous application of our pyrokinetic release comes forth as we walk through the darkness and light a path of destruction. Walk, a single chant. Our step erupts into an explosion, deleting all who dare stand in between the protector and his pillar. If Haumaya wills it, we walk forward without failure. To best represent our exploding lemon pepper stepas, I picked up Flame Eruption. We kneel to the ground and punish anyone in front of us. It's a great option to apply insane pressure, and it does what Charon does best. We simply explode by walking forward. A simple snap, a thundering clap. It doesn't really really matter what Charon wants to do, there's little to no defense against the power of your own flames reflected. In-game, a small snap of our fingers resulted in some insane payoff. A fusion of Thunder Call and Flame Charm allows Discovery of Fire to call down a flame explosion just like any of the rest. Once again, we chant and snap our fingers. An explosive calling from the heavens above, a simple release of our pyrokinesis can leave enemies stunned. Without needing wind up, we activate our snap kinetic release, disrupting enemy attacks and kickstarting our eruptive combos. Using his pyrokinetic release, redirection of flame energy brings the peak of destruction into the world of Fire Force. As Charon takes on damage, it builds up and up and up until it explodes into a giant cloud of fiery death. How can you win against a target you can't even attack? There's no countering the damage dealt by Charon's pyrokinesis counter. The crescendo of Charon's buildup, the flame repulsion redirect. With the ability to slam enemies away while reflecting their damage, this was the optimal response to push players away. It's very easy to catch players off guard when they're hit by their own attack. Fire Force is one of my favorite shows that I hold very close to my heart, but this scene, now this is something special. During the showdown between Shinra, Kurano, and Charon, a stage hazard enters the scene. Charon is forced to absorb the entire blast of a nuclear equivalent explosion with absolutely no regard for his own life. A protector's job is to defend the pillars no matter the risk. Charon's second generation tankiness allows him to harness this nuclear blast into a beam which he redirects into the sky, saving everyone in the city. He's definitely not a good guy, but this scene alone cemented him into the Fire Force Hall of Fame. We become the undying protector that is Charon, surpassing our human limits and pushing right through. The Eruption Path's synergy with Denial Flame allows us to harness that passion within and keep on throwing hands. After that, it was time to release our compressed beam of fiery death. Using an empowered lightning beam, we're able to catch enemies off guard and snowball off a single lava serpent explosion. The counter beam bell also represents our destructive output after taking on so much damage. Pain is just a resource that we can absorb and reflect back out. Even without the combat use of any second-gen pyrokinesis, Charon is a force to be reckoned with. The potential energy stored within his grasp allows Charon to strengthen his already powerful stats. Propelling himself into the air with an explosive blast, he slams into Shinra at light speed and throws him back down into the ground. Fire energy is the catalyst to his crater attack, allowing Charon some very creative combat usage. Thunder Call's Rising Thunder represented our very own catalyst crater. It's extremely easy to land this move after hitting any type of eruption blast, and the knockback is absolutely perfect, resulting in some confirmable damage combos that are honestly unpreventable. Throwing punches and kicks alike, Charon is a fighter and protector at heart. With his ability to combine pyrokinesis alongside conventional kicks, each attack shakes the world of his opponents that he targets. Using the ability to explode and shoot enemies away, or slamming them back down into the mantle with a meteor-style attack, Charon's versatility is only a piece of his full potential. In-game, we have a multitude of different kicks, but Metal Kick in specific became our Mantle Meteor attack. As pressure builds up slowly and players get confused, that's the perfect time to axe kick our target and make them sink into the floor. On the other hand, following up combos and sending players away was done using Thunder Kick. Our options become limitless as the fight continues. Born into a world full of destruction, Charon fights any way he knows best, but some of the most explosive techniques shown come from his grappling grabs. Slamming his enemies and throwing them around is very easy if you're a brick wall like Charon. With the inclusion of his explosive pyrokinetic release, grappling becomes lethal as Charon's grabs seem to have a gravity of their own. Flame Grab becomes an essential tool to our rushdown playstyle, letting us get in close with a critical attack that shakes the earth. There's so much going on that defense becomes impossible. That's about it for Charon. Time to check out our full talent list. that's all. On to some fights with Charon the Protector and Fire Force Reflector. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching and providing your undying support. I'm working so hard to push out content as the road to 80k continues, so make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks once again, and it was a ton of fun making this, so comment down below who should be next and how you would make Charon yourself. Have a good one, it's punchin' time.